Join us for an epic 180 nautical mile sailing adventure across the North Sea aboard my 40-year-old 20-foot trailer sailor in a race against time to beat 30-knot winds. We take part in one of the biggest maritime festivals in the North Sea. We will cross some of the busiest North Sea shipping lanes and sail through wind farms. Wet, cold, tired and hungry. Comfortable? No. Fun? Absolutely. So we're just getting ready to cast off, and it's raining now and the wind's dropped, and it's 6:30 in the evening and we're going to sail through the night. So we're hoping to get in at Oostende before 29 knots of wind kicks in. So it's a little bit of a race against time, really. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
18 hours to go. How do you feel about this?
Alright, it just feels crazy. And we're doing it all over again in the fog this time.
We'll get out here and hit 127 degrees as a course to steer until it gets around the wind farm. We're in for a night of it. If it stays like this, so we're about 10 miles in of crossing the North Sea to Belgium, and yeah, we've got sort of about 8 to 10 knots of wind, and we're on a kind of broad reach, still doing 5.5, 6 knots. The current at the minute is going this way, so we're trying to fight it that way a little bit just to get around this big wind farm here. So when we came out of the harbour, I went down below and Matt was on the tiller holding the course, and I went down below to try and get the charts on my other phone because I ran out of time and didn't manage to do it, and it made me feel really awful really early on. So I've had to come up on deck and keep my head up just to get my sea legs. But what, we're 10 miles in, we've got about 75 miles to go, and apparently we should be arriving at about 12 o'clock lunchtime tomorrow. So as long as the wind stays up.
Pretty relaxed. I've not felt, touch wood, I've not felt sick at all. Just trying to find my quails. I think they're up there actually.
5 minutes ago we were doing nearly 6 knots. We're completely becalmed now. The wind is just spinning round and round. Have you plugged the fuel line in?
Yeah.
Still got to get around this wind farm. So motor sailing is not ideal. Yeah, we need to maintain at least 5 knots, otherwise we are not going to keep up with our progress. So we're motoring along. The time is 11 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock in the morning nearly, and we're just about to cross the shipping lane, and we've just been in the middle of a motor tanker sandwich. I've been looking for a way to cross. I'm going to get right up on the edge of the shipping lane and wait for an opportunity. Been waiting a long time for these to come through. 2 ships literally just ticking over on 11 knots. It was so frustrating. Just probably waited for an hour. I could have easily got in front of them. Literally, that tanker's come past, the wind has filled in. Got 14 knots. Bang on where we want to go. Was it 20 to 5 in the morning? And we're on a beam reach, or maybe a close reach. Absolutely beautiful. Got some speed back on. Hopefully we can make up a bit of time now. Wake him up. Matt was basically up all night in the pissing rain to basically 8 hours on watch on his own. Bloody awesome. It's colder in there than out here though for some reason.
As we cross the shipping lanes, the wind speed is increasing. We prepare ourselves for the 30-knot wind forecast that we were trying to beat. We take in some reefs and brace ourselves for the remaining 8 hours of uncomfortable weather. We are already exhausted.
Yeah. Just living the dream. No, I am.
The wind has increased 30-knot gusts, and the waves are hitting our starboard bow. Hand steering is the only way in these conditions. We are fully reefed with a handkerchief of Genoa. It's essential to read the waves and pick our way over every wave. Elise is great in these conditions, but the focus is on not putting Elise through more than she can handle.
Sun's coming up.
As we make our final approach to Oostende, from 15 miles out, we need to point as high on the wind as possible. The tide is beginning to turn, and if we are not careful, we could end up being swept across the entrance and completely missing it. If this happens, we will need to tack and sail against the wind and the tide to be able to lay the entrance. We are struggling to stay awake, and this is the last thing we need to be doing. So we need to point as high as we can and ferry glide into the entrance.
well now.
Oh, well, rather knackered, I think. As soon as I get this passport stamped.
In Ostende in one piece. We nearly had a little bit of an accident. When we entered the port at Ostende, we took the sails down and the shrouds were really loose. And one of the shrouds had undone itself and it was a leeward shroud. And had we have tacked on the way in and loaded up that shroud, I'm pretty confident that would have snapped the mast off halfway up. So we were really lucky there.
Sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Alright.
Thanks for coming along in part 1 of this awesome adventure. In part 2 we will depart Ostende to head home back to England. We chase an amazing sunset on the way back home, having crossed one of the busiest shipping lanes in the North Sea and sailing straight through the middle of a wind farm. If you enjoyed the video, then please give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comments section, let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear from you, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. All these things will give the algorithm a little nudge and help to get this video out there and share this experience with lots of other people. And I look forward to seeing you in part 2.